Last week we made what we thought was a rather straightforward attempt to take Turtle to Curacao, which was to be her final destination for hurricane season. But our engine and waves had other plans for us. The engine started to sputter, and a very long day made short. We could not get the engine to work. After a harrowing 74 hours and disappointing encounters. The last possible option that I thought the marina would choose is the one that they chose, which is just to reject us. We finished our circular passage back to Punta Cana, being towed back in by the Armada. And once we got in, things weren't exactly straightforward either. 97 degrees on the boat, and we have no power to plug in to turn on our AC. Okay, so all that is construction. So all the pedestal downs here don't work. We need to be in one of the slips on this side, but only after we get our engine fixed. First, breakfast. Breakfast soon turned into taking the day off to recharge and sleep off the last few days of stress. This also meant grabbing a rental for a few days and enjoying the perks of having our very own golf cart to drive around so we didn't have to add heat exhaustion to the list of current problems. Is it full?
Pretty much empty. Okay, so let's fill that up.
So the fuel never got there?
I mean, there is a little bit of fuel, so some of it made it here, but this should, I think when we open this up, this should be full normally.
After a solid rest, we finally tackled the engine. We repeated some of the steps that we'd done out in the water, like changing the filters and cleaning out the Raycor housing, just to make sure that we'd done all of the steps that we needed to do before we made any new changes. What happened? What happened?
Got a leak.
We have a leak?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's just not tight enough?
No. There's an actual leak over here. Can you try it again?
Okay. So you can see a leak?
Yes, so, I mean, this was leaking just a little bit, the fuel filter I just replaced, but also down here near the bleed valve, this looks like it's not tight enough, and I see diesel falling out of that, so looks like that's what shook loose, and so we can't get the pressure.
So where is it?
Right here.
Oh, okay.
This hose clamp right here is the issue. So this is the one that I see a leak coming down from here, so it's either this hose clamp, which was very loose, I could move it with my finger, or it's, I think that's the bleed valve right after it, but I'm pretty sure it's this hose clamp, so we're going to try again.
Once all the filters and loose connections were sorted out, we started to think about tracing the possible blockage or leak further closer to the fuel tank. And on the second day of taking things apart, cleaning them and putting them back, we finally hit the jackpot at a fitting at the exit point of the fuel tank.
I need this paper to get the rest of this out.
Oh God, you should be able to see through that.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. feel like this is what sailing does to you. It like beats you down, and then you fix something like an engine, and you're like at the height of a mountain of pride. So engine is fixed. We're so happy. I feel like this was a problem that started way before us. Just the gunk building up in the little elbow that came out of the fuel tank. So having fixed that, I mean, we've turned her on a few times now. We've put everything back and sort of took a little break because with no electricity, going to the boat means we can't like have an AC on while we work on the boat, so we're just dripping wet. But it is done. We're very happy. We've turned it on a few times. It works very well, like it used to back when we were in the US, and I feel like this was a problem that was building up, and that's why we saw things get a little better and a little worse and a little worse and a little worse and a little better, because just enough fuel would get through that it would trick us. But not anymore, at least not that part. I'm sure there'll be an issue next time. But yeah, I mean, we are good to go. So we made a few decisions. We are going to keep the boat here in the Dominican Republic. It is in the hurricane belt, but this is a hurricane hole. We're going to be placed way deep inside. So really, other than the actual strong winds, for the most part, we should be protected from ocean surges for the most part. And just in general, even the buildings should protect us from a good amount of the wind. So we're not out in the open. So keeping the boat here, that means prepping her up for a possible hurricane before we leave, because we won't be on the boat, and just sort of cleaning down the boat and getting everything ready. I think this is also where we're going to leave you for the summer for a few months, just so that, you know, we enjoy our vacations. We may pick up the camera once in a while, so we may be able to give you some glimpses of our summer when we come back. But while we may be recording, we're going to wait till we get back to edit and publish for you. So we will do that when we head back. But have a wonderful few months, and we'll see you soon. A big thank you to our Patreons, Chris and Justin Fagan.